Hello students, in last class we already discussed how to calculate average power consumption in a circuit containing resistor only or capacitor only or inductor only. Clear? In a resistive circuit, the average power over a complete cycle is IRMS square into R naught, and that of a inductive or capacitive circuit for a complete cycle will be 0. Clear? So today we are going to discuss what will happen when all the three components, that is a inductor, a capacitor and a resistor, all are connected in series across a alternating EMF source. Clear? So that is known as series LCR circuit. So we already studied about when a single resistor or a inductor or a capacitor is individually connected across a alternating source of. But today we are going to discuss what will happen when all the three are connected in series across a alternating source. That is, today we will discuss series LCR circuit. Okay, inductor, capacitor and resistor, all three are connected in series across a circuit in AC. Okay. So let's draw the circuit diagram first. Here is a resistor, then a capacitor, then a inductor. Okay, all these three are connected in series across a alternating source of EMF E equal to E naught sin omega t, for which current I is flowing through this circuit. Clear? Let R be the resistance, C be the capacitance and L be the inductance of the inductor respectively. Clear? So this is a series LCR circuit in which a inductor of inductance L, capacitor of capacitance C and resistor of resistance R are connected in series across a alternating EMF of E equal to E naught sin omega t, for which at that instant the instantaneous value of current will be I. So let I and E be the RMS values of alternating current and alternating current EMF at any instant or at the given instant. Okay, the instant when we are observing the circuit, at that instant the current which is flowing through the circuit is the RMS value of the AC, and at that instant the instantaneous value of the alternating EMF is also the RMS value of the EMF. So what will happen when I amount of current which is flowing across this circuit, as all these components are connected in series, so the current through all the components remains same, but potential difference are different. Because in series potential difference will be different for all the components but current remains same. So for this segment current will remain same but the potential difference, if we omit these two, just imagine this is a resistive circuit. So for a resistive circuit, what is the potential difference across a resistor? We already know, that is I, current flowing through that instant, let it be I into resistance of the circuit R, which is equal to, let be VR. Clear? Similarly for a capacitive circuit, if we omit these two, same current is flowing through it, then what is the potential difference across a capacitor? When current I is flowing through it, it will be, let be VC equal to how much? I into XC. XC is what? Capacitive reactance, the resistance offered by a capacitor towards the flow of a alternating current. Similarly for inductive circuit, what is? That is equal to VL, which is equal to I into XL. Clear? So these are the potential difference across resistor, capacitor and inductor. So if we are applying KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, for this circuit, what will happen? The instantaneous EMF at that instant, which is equal to the RMS value of the EMF E, will be equal to E equal to how much? That will be equal to VR plus VC plus VL. Clear? If we are moving like this, then it will be how much? E equal to VR plus VC plus VCL, as E minus VR minus VL minus VC equal to 0 according to KVL or Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, so this is the potential difference E, which is equal to VR plus VC plus VL. But in this case, all these VR, VC and VL are not in same phase with respect to current. So we can't add them regularly as we did in case of current electricity chapter. When the source is DC, we just add them directly. But here the VR, VC, VL all are in different phase in comparison to current I. So we have to add all these three vectorially by using phasor diagram. But this will be the resultant EMF of the complete circuit. So how to add VR, VC and VL? So for that we have to draw the phasor diagram. So let's draw the phasor diagram for this series LCR circuit. So if we draw the phasor diagram, then we have, let me draw here. This is O. Okay, if this along this direction I am taking the current I, then this will be the same phase for VR, because we already know that the potential difference across a resistor containing circuit or VR is same phase as that of current. If this is the phase of current, then this will be the same as that of the phase for VR, because both are in same direction. And if this is the phase or position of current, then for VC, what will be the potential difference in a circuit containing capacitor? As we already studied, in a capacitive circuit, the potential is lead the current or the current lead the potential. In capacitive circuit, we already know that in a capacitive circuit, the current is the instantaneous current I equal to how much? I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. This is the expression for I in capacitive circuit. And if the alternating EMF will be E equal to E naught sin omega t. So when E equal to this much, I equal to this much in capacitive circuit, that means the current leads the EMF by pi by 2 phase. So in capacitive circuit, if this is current, the capacitive circuit, the potential difference across the capacitor VC will be pi by 2 lag behind the current. That means the capacitive potential VC will be along this direction. Clear? So if this is O, let this will be X, this will be Y, this will be X dash, this will be Y dash. So when I and VR are along OX in the phasor diagram, VC is along OY dash, that is pi by 2 radian behind the current I. But in case of inductive circuit, what will happen? In inductive circuit, we already know the potential leads the current by pi by 2. So here we can write, because in inductive circuit, for inductive will be how much? I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2. Pi by 2 if E equal to this much. So what will happen if this is I? For inductive circuit, the potential difference will leads the current. That means for here, this will be what? VL, which is ahead of current by pi by 2. Okay, so this will be the phasor diagram for VR, VC and VL. Okay, for this given circuit, if just assume that if for this given LCR circuit VL is greater than VC, okay, we have to just assume that for this given LCR circuit the potential difference across capacitor is less than the potential difference across the inductor. That means VL is greater than VC. So from these two, as these are vector quantities, so we can write if this is VC, this is VL. So if VL greater than VC, so this implies we get from this will be how much? The resultant will be this one. This will be VL minus VC. The resultant potential difference. So now if this is VR, this is VL minus VC. So by vector addition, we can get the net resultant. This will be the net resultant. That is E, the total EMF E. So if this is VL minus VC, this is VR. So this can also be how much? OX, let this will be P. So the resultant EMF is along OP, let this angle be phi. This is VR. If this is VL minus VC, then this will be, let this will be Q. This also be VL minus VC. So in this triangle OQP, I is base, VL minus VC is the height PQ, and this is the hypotenuse OP. So from this triangle we will get what is E? E equal to VR square plus VL minus VC whole square under root. This is the expression for resultant EMF across the LCR circuit. Clear? Or else you can write, this will only happen if VL is greater than VC, as we assume here. If for the given circuit we assume that VC is greater than VL, then the resultant of these two will be along this direction, the net EMF will be like this. Clear? So now we can write, if I am drawing this triangle OPQ separately, here I am drawing the triangle OPQ like this. Okay, let this is be O, this is P, this is Q. What is OQ? OQ is VR. And what is OP? Sorry, QP? QP is VL minus VC. This is VL minus VC. What is O? Sorry, the naming will be like this, OPQ. What is OP? OP is the resultant EMF E. Clear? So in this right angle triangle, if I am dividing the current RMS value or the instantaneous at that instant I through each turn, here, here and here, then in this OPQ triangle each side represent the potential difference and I am dividing the same quantity by each side. Then what will happen? The triangle shape will remain same but its size will reduce because each side reduced by a factor I. Then it will equivalently become like this. The shape remains same but the size will reduced by I times. So VR by I will become how much? R, because resistance equal to V by I according to Ohm's law. So this is the potential difference across the resistor and this is the current flowing through it. So VR by I will be how much? The resistance of the resistor, which is along, let it be O Q. Again along QP, this is VL minus VC by I. Then VL is the potential difference across inductor, by I is the current flowing through it. So it will be how much? XL minus VC by I will be XC. This is along QP and this is the net EMF E by I, total EMF across the circuit divided by total current I flowing through the circuit. So this will be the net resistance along OP, which is known as Z. Clear? This arm OQ will be R, this will be XL minus XC, this will be Z. This triangle is known as impedance triangle, where Z equal to impedance of LCR circuit. You have to remember this. Okay, this triangle in which one side represent the resistance of the resistor, another side represent the difference between the inductive reactance and capacitive reactance, and the hypotenuse represent the impedance of the complete series LCR circuit. That's why this triangle is known as what? Impedance triangle, where Z is equal to impedance of LCR circuit. Clear? What is the value of Z? So here we can write this. You already understood all these things. So what is the value of Z? So from the triangle OQP, from this triangle, so from triangle OQP we get Z equal to how much? Hypotenuse equal to OQ square, that is R square, plus QP square, that is XL minus XC square under root. So this is the value of net resultant resistance of the series LCR circuit. Clear? So if at that instant the E equal to the RMS value, E is the net EMF at net potential difference across the LCR circuit. Then the current I will be equal to how much? E by Z. Clear? Because this is E by I equal to Z, so I equal to how much? E by Z. So if E is the instantaneous current which is flowing through this LCR circuit, for which current I is flowing through the circuit, this instantaneous EMF of the alternating source equal to E naught sin omega t, which is already the RMS value of E, we are already taken. So what will be the value of I? I equal to the total potential difference at that instant across the circuit divided by net resistance, which is equal to the impedance of the LCR circuit. So I equal to E by Z. So from this we can write I equal to E by Z at that instant, and Z is what? This is Z. So this implies you can write the current flowing through the LCR circuit I equal to E divided by, in place of Z I can write R square plus XL minus XC whole square under root. Okay, clear? So I will be maximum when? I will be maximum when this term will be minimum. So I tends to I max only when the impedance Z tends to Z minimum. So when this term will be minimum, R square plus XL minus XC whole square, this complete term will be minimum when this term will become 0, XL minus XC will become 0. So Z minimum, this implies XL minus XC whole square will be equal to 0. So this implies we will get XL equal to XC. So only when the inductive reactance is equal to capacitive reactance, the term complete the impedance will become minimum and the current flowing through the circuit will become maximum. Clear? So if current flowing through the circuit will be maximum, that means when XL equal to XC. So if XL equal to XC, then what will happen? So when XL become XC, when XL equal to XC, current through LCR circuit is maximum. This implies XL is how much? L omega equal to 1 by omega C. So this implies you get omega equal to 1 by omega square equal to 1 by LC. So this implies you get omega equal to 1 by root over of LC. So this is the angular frequency of the alternating source. Only when, if the supply frequency will be this much, then the current through the LCR circuit will be maximum, because for this value of angular frequency, the inductive reactance and capacitive reactance both are becomes equal, because resistance is independent of omega. That's why when the source supply a frequency of this much, which is equal to 1 by under root LC, then only the current flowing through the LCR circuit will be maximum, and this is known as, this frequency is the natural frequency of a given LCR circuit. Okay, clear? So for this particular frequency, the current flowing through a given LCR circuit will be maximum. So what is the expression for current in a LCR circuit? We know the resistance across a LCR circuit is impedance Z. So at any instant, what will be the expression for current? We know E equal to E naught sin omega t. So I equal to how much? E by z. So this implies I at any instant will be E naught divided by z sin omega t. So this implies you can write I equal to E naught by, let me write once again, so if at any instant this is EMF, E equal to E naught sin omega t. So what is I? I equal to E by Z, impedance of the LCR circuit. So this implies I equal to E naught sin omega t divided by Z. But here the phase will not be same. In case of current, the phase will not remain same. Why? As we already studied in the phase diagram, if this is I, this will be VR, this is VL, this is VC. Clear? And the resultant will be along this direction VL minus VC. So the resultant of these three will be like this. So this angle will be phi. Here is the net resultant E, but here is the direction of I. That means if at any instant E equal to E naught sin omega t, this is the phase for E. Then what is I? For I the phase will be omega t minus phi, because the E is phi leads to the I, because here is I, E is here. If this is the position of the EMF at an instant where the phase for EMF is omega t, so at that instant the phase for I will be how much? Less by phi, because phi is phase difference between them. Or if at that instant this is the position of E, which is omega t, so I will be omega t minus phi. So we can write I equal to E naught by Z sin omega t. The phase difference will be minus phi, because it will be lag behind E by phi. So this will be become how much? I equal to E naught by Z will be how much? I naught sin omega t minus phi. Clear? This is the expression for what? The instantaneous value of current, alternating current flowing through a LCR circuit. And this is the EMF. What is Z? We already know Z equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square on the root. And this value will be maximum when R will be XL equal to XC. Clear? Okay. Or the peak value I naught will be maximum when Z will be minimum, because E naught by Z equal to I naught, peak value, and the peak value that flowing through this LCR circuit will be maximum only when Z is minimum. So this is the expression for current at any instant in a series LCR circuit which is lag behind phi to that of the EMF. So from this triangle we can write E equal to, this is how much? VR, this is VL minus VC, this is E. So tan phi equal to how much? VL minus VC by VR. Okay, or if you can represent this as the impedance triangle, if this angle is phi, this is R, this is XL minus XC, this is Z. So tan phi will be how much? Tan phi will be XL minus XC by R. You have to remember this. Okay, or cos phi equal to how much? B by H, that is R by Z. Or in potential difference from we can write cos phi equal to VR by V. Clear? You have to remember this. This is tan phi which is XL minus XC by R. This is cos phi which is R by Z. And at any instant this is the expression for alternating current and this is the expression for alternating EMF. And Z we already know the impedance of the LCR circuit, Z equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. Clear? And Z will be minimum when XL equal to XC. At that instant so in a series LCR circuit we already studied that the total resistance is known as the impedance, which is equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square under root, and the total EMF given by the circuit will be the sum of total potential difference across capacitor, resistor and inductor, which can be obtained by using phasor diagram. and then when XL equal to XC, the current flowing through the circuit will be maximum. Clear? That means for a particular frequency, omega equal to 1 by under root L by C, that is when XL equal to XC, the I will be I max, because at that instant I naught will be I naught max, because we know I naught equal to how much? E naught by Z, or if we are representing this as the RMS value, so the RMS value of the current, simply here we are taking this as RMS value, this is the RMS value of E, so I RMS will be maximum, which is equal to E RMS by Z. So I RMS will be maximum when Z will be minimum, and for Z minimum we already know this is the condition. Clear? So in a LCR circuit we generally take what? The value of I RMS and value of E RMS, for which we are calculating the resistance Z or impedance of the circuit. Clear? So when Z will minimum, E RMS by Z equal to I RMS, so the value of I RMS will be maximum at that instant only when Z is minimum, and when Z will be minimum, when XL equal to XC, that means omega equal to 1 by under root of LC, and this particular frequency of the supplied potential will provide maximum current through a LCR circuit. That means for a given LCR circuit, when R, C and L are already taken, then for a particular value of C and L, the omega will be fixed. That means each and every series LCR circuit has its own particular frequency for which it allows maximum current to flow through it, and that frequency is known as what? The natural frequency of the series LCR circuit. Okay, so when a alternating source is able to supply this frequency of to the LCR circuit at that instant, or at that case, for the particular case when the alternating EMF supplies a frequency which is equivalent to 1 by root over of LC for the given LCR circuit, then only the alternating EMF is able to supply maximum current through the LCR circuit. At that instant, the electrical resonance takes place in the LCR circuit, because we know what is resonance. Resonance we already studied in wave or SHM, that when the natural frequency is matched with some given frequency, at that instant when the resonance takes place. So here the resonance takes place for the electrical purpose, that means this is known as electrical resonance. So when the electrical resonance will takes place, when the natural frequency of the LCR circuit match with the given frequency of the supplied alternating EMF, then only the maximum current pass through the LCR circuit, and at that instant the electrical resonance takes place. Clear? So what is electrical resonance? We already know this is the natural frequency of the given LCR circuit, and it is fixed for a given LCR circuit, and it varies from different series LCR circuit to different series LCR circuit. So what is resonance? Electrical resonance. So when in a series LCR circuit, current flow is maximum due to a alternating current EMF which provides a frequency omega equal to 1 by under root LC. Clear? So when in a series LCR circuit, current flow is maximum due to a AC EMF, which AC EMF source or supply. Okay, AC EMF supply which provides a frequency omega equal to 1 by under root of LC, because this is the natural frequency of the given LCR circuit. So when both the supplied frequency and natural frequency will coincide, the maximum current will flow in through the circuit, and that instant only electrical resonance takes place. Clear? So when in a series LCR circuit, current flow is maximum due to a AC EMF supply which provides a frequency omega equal to 1 by root over of LC, then only electrical resonance takes place for the given LCR circuit. Clear? Because for different LCR series circuit, C and L value may be different. So according to C and L, the natural frequency of the given circuit will be decided, which is omega equal to under root of L by C. For this condition only, the current flowing through the circuit will be maximum. So for a given LCR circuit, this is fixed. So when we connected it across a alternating source, if that alternating source is able to supply a frequency of this much, then the current flowing through it will be maximum, and at that instant the electrical resonance across the series LCR circuit will takes place. So this is known as electrical resonance. Clear? When the supply frequency is equal to 1 by under root of LC for the given LCR circuit. Okay, so this is all about the LCR circuit. So in LCR circuit, what is the total resistance? That is known as impedance. What is the net EMF? What is the RMS value of current? Generally, the impedance is calculated over the RMS value of current and EMF. Clear? For any time varying current, we can calculate. Here the I will be I naught sin omega t r. Here the I will be I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2 into xc, and here V will be I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2 into xl. If we are taking at any instant, generalize we are taking for the RMS value of current and RMS value of EMF. That's why it will be easy. If we want, we can take it for any time varying current at any instant. That is, here I will become how much? Here I am taking I constant, the RMS value, and E is the RMS value of the net supplied alternating EMF. But if I want, then I also can take I equal to I naught sin omega t for resistive circuit. But here, if I equal to I naught sin omega t, Vc will be how much? I into sin omega t minus pi by 2 into xc, and for VL it will be I into sin omega t plus pi by 2 into xl. Clear? It will be different. So generally we take the RMS value of current for solving the LCR circuit. And what is impedance? What is the value of resonance, or when the electrical resonance will take place? We already discussed. So now let us discuss, if in place of RCL circuit or RC and L, if two combination are present like RC or RL, what will happen? So from this we can easily calculate that if for RC circuit, there will be no L. So what is Z? The impedance triangle will be like this. This is the impedance triangle. This is phi. This is R. This is XL minus XC. This is what? Z. So if it is only RC, that means the circuit contain only R and C. There will be no inductor. The circuit will be like this, RC circuit. So if there will be no inductor, so XL will be 0. So if XL will be 0, it will become minus XC. That means if this is XC, so minus XC will be like this along this direction. Minus XC, this is R. So Z will be now this one. So Z value will be how much? You already know, Z equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square under root. So from this we will get what is Z. This is, as here L is absent, this is capacitive impedance. So capacitive impedance equal to R square plus XC square under root. So this is the net impedance for RC circuit when XL is 0. So what will be I equal to E naught sin omega t divided by Z. What is Z? R square plus XC square root over. Clear? Where E naught by R square plus XC square root over is known as I naught, or this implies, okay, clear? And this is the phi difference, this is I. So phi difference, it will become how much? The I will be phi ahead of what? Net EMF. this is net EMF. So phi ahead, so I will be how much? I naught sin omega t plus phi. Clear? And what is Z? Z will be this much. Similarly, for this is LC for LR circuit. For LR circuit, the impedance triangle will be like this. This is R, phi, this is Z, this is XL minus XC, LR. That means capacitor is absent. There will be an inductor. This is LR circuit. Here VL equal to I into XL. So C will become 0. So this will be how much? Z equal to R square plus XL square under root. And similarly, I will be how much? I naught sin omega t minus phi. Okay? Clear? And I naught will be how much? I naught equal to E naught by Z or R square plus XL square root over. Here Z in inductive impedance ZL. R square plus XL whole square. So this is about series LCR circuit, series RC circuit and series LR circuit. Once you determine all the derived all the factors for LCR circuit, you can easily calculate all the terms for RC and LC circuit, RL circuit. Clear? In place of RC circuit, you have to put the value of XL equal to 0 or VL equal to 0, and in place of LR circuit, you have to put the value of XC or VC equal to 0 for calculation of impedance and net current. Clear? So this is all about series LCR circuit, RL circuit and RC circuit. Clear? How to calculate the different factors, what is the resonance, electrical resonance when takes place. So we already discussed about all these things. Clear? Okay, thank you.